Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be back here with you. I really am. I am so excited. I missed last Saturday, but that's okay. I am here today to go over chapter 2. We are going through Put Your Dream to the Test through John C. Maxwell. And I'm so excited. I've been going over chapter 2. Like I said, this is not just for you. This is for me as well. And I am like on cloud 10. You know how some people say cloud 9? I am on cloud 10. I am so ready to grow even more and just go to that place that God has set just for me, to follow that dream, that vision. Whatever it is that God has for me, I am ready to take it by force. Yes, I am. And so I am so excited for you guys to come on this journey with me. We are going to put our dreams to the test. Yes, we are. Last chapter, in chapter 1, we were talking about the ownership question, because John Maxwell had gave us 10 questions, 10 tests he wanted us to take. And last chapter, we went over the ownership question, and that was, is your dream, or is it someone else's? So in other words, take ownership of your dream. Because once you take ownership of it, you said, this is my dream. So now is your responsibility to actually work and move towards your dream. So taking ownership of your dream is what we talked about in chapter 1. So go back over the other videos. We do have the other videos. Go back over those videos and look at chapter 1. And write down whatever it is you need to do, because right now we're trying to put our dream to the test to make sure that this is our dream and how to make it come to pass. So this week in chapter 2, we're talking about the clarity question. Is your dream clear? Is your vision that you see, is it clear? And have you written it down? Are you able to share it with someone? Are you able to see yourself in that dream, working it? That's what we're here to find out. Seriously, it is time to walk in our calling, walk in our dream. Make it happen. Every single day we want to be able to work and walk towards that dream or that vision, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure your dream is not just a dream and that's it. We're going to get into chapter 2. We're going to see what some of the nuggets that John Maxwell have for us. Yes, we are, baby. I am excited. Chapter 2, it says the clarity question. Do I clearly see my dream? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Do I clearly see my dream? Now here it says also, give to us clear vision that we may know where to stand and what to stand for. Peter Marshall made that statement. It says, give to us clear vision that we may know where to stand and what to stand for. By Peter Marshall. Now, John talks about in chapter 2, he talks about a man named Mike Hyatt. And he is the CEO of the Nelson Books publishing company right now. But he wasn't always the CEO, but he is now. And John talks about how they went golfing and he ran the book, Put Your Dream to the Test, across Mike. And Mike just clearly let him know you have to put the clarity part in there about the book being clear on the vision. And so I'm gonna just read a little short part right here. It said, I enjoyed playing golf. This is John. I enjoyed playing golf though I'm not much better than average as a golfer. I love being in beautiful courses and I like exercising. But I also believe that golf outings are great times to build relationships and to do some business. Early one morning in the islands, as I was talking to Mike, I showed him a working outline of putting your dream to the test. After reading through it, he immediately said, John, you have to include a chapter on the importance of a clear vision. If you don't have clarity, you don't have anything. Wow. He says, if you don't have clarity, you don't have anything. It says, and then he began telling me a story for his experience. And I'm just going to briefly go over his story, so I won't have to read all through it. His story was that he was in charge of a department before the CEO. Before he became CEO, his boss had stepped down. And when his boss stepped down, they made him in charge. He got a promotion. But until he became the CEO, he did not realize just how bad his department was. I'm just going to say a few things of what he's saying, how bad his department was. It says his department was the least profitable of 14 divisions in the company. In fact, this division had actually lost money the previous year. People in other divisions were mumbling about how his division was negatively impacted the entire company, how it was negatively impacting the entire company. Now, this is the man that's now the CEO of the Nelson Books Publishing Company. And we all know that this is one of the largest companies in the inspirational books publishing. So what Mike had just said is just that he came up with a vision, with a dream, and he wrote down specifically what he wanted. He was straight out clear of exactly what he wanted. And I'm just going to go over a few things that he was saying about him being focused and about being clear, because we would really want to get this. We really want to be clear on what it is that we want. What do you want? And are you clear? Don't think about how you're going to do it. Don't think about how it's going to happen. Just be clear about what it is that you want. Now it says, what you need is a vision that is so big that it is compelling, explains Mike, not only to others but to you. If it's not compelling, you won't have the motivation to stay the course, and you won't be able to recruit others to help you. Both vision and strategy are important, but there is a priority to them. Vision always comes first. Always. If you have a clear vision, you will eventually attract the right strategy. If you don't have a clear vision, no strategy will save you. I have seen this over and over again in my professional life and personal life. So we don't have a clear vision. He said that comes first. Then there's no strategy that will help us. So let's make sure we study this and get a clear vision. Now, Mike Hyatt also made a statement. If you have a clear vision, you will eventually attract the right strategy. If you don't have a clear vision, no strategy will save you. So what did Mike do to get a clear picture of what he wanted to accomplish? Because by them promoting him, we want to find out what exactly did you do to turn this company around. You know, that's important. So let's find out what Mike did so we could do the same thing. Now, I do want to read this right here because this is important. Well, it was important to me, and I just don't want to hold you short because this was important to me. The first thing I did was go over a private retreat. Go on a private retreat. He had to get away. Sometimes we have to step back and get away and clear our minds and our heads so we can hear. Oh my God, we need to be able to hear. Not only continually pray, but you have to hear the answer. You have to hear the instructions. So he did a private getaway so he was able to hear. And it says, Mike says, I had one objective in mind. I wanted to get crystal clear on my vision. What did I want to see happen? What would the division look like in 3 years? I didn't care about strategy. I was only concerned with vision. If I had been strategic before I was visionary, I might have said, well, I don't see how we can accomplish much. The situation is so desire. It says we won't have any resources to work with. Let us try to break even this year. So in other words, what he's saying is if he would have went with strategy, he wouldn't be where he is today. He would have just tried to break even. He would have not have tried to have that big faith, that big dream, because he wasn't clear. He wasn't sure. He had know-how. He didn't know how. So because he became clear and because he wanted the sureness of what he was doing, the crystal clear version of what he had to do with no doubt, then that's why he became the person he is today. So let's continue to find out what he did. It says maybe we can reduce our working capital some by selling off little obstacles, inventory, and maybe we could sign a few new authors and get a little revenue growth. Do you think anyone would have gotten excited about that? Would this vision have attracted the right authors? It says also here, he's saying, would it have retained the right employees? Would it have secured additional corporate resources? I don't think so. The problem is people get stuck on how. They get stuck on how. How am I going to do it? How is this going to work? How? They don't see how they could accomplish more. So they throttle back their vision, convinced that they must be realistic. And what they expect becomes their new reality. Mike was very wise. You have to identify the target before you try to hit it. You have to know what the landscape looks like before you have to be able to see that picture before you can paint the picture for someone else to see it. You have to see the dream with clarity before you can try to achieve it. If you don't clearly see your dream, or if you get bogged down in real or imaginary restrictions, you limit yourself. If you're going to dream, you might as well dream big. And that's what Mike did. During this retreat, he worked on his vision, his statement. Something he would find compelling. After all, if he couldn't get excited about it, nobody else would either. He gave himself permission to envision the perfect future. Then he wrote down a clear picture of his dream. This is what he wrote. Now, I'm not going to go over everything he wrote down, but he wrote down a clear picture and he got excited about his own dream. Are you excited about what you're doing? I am so excited about my dream. I'm excited about my YouTube experience. I am so excited about different ideas and different things God has given me to go forward in my life. I'm excited about it. And I need you to get excited about your dream. Get excited about your future. This is yours. Take hold of it. Grab it. And get excited. Because if you don't get excited, no one else is going to get excited for you. So let's get excited. I'm just going to give you a few examples of his vision statement. You know, in a vision statement, is any business or company, they have a vision statement. What is your purpose? What are you trying to accomplish? And they have that vision statement. So his vision statement at Nelson's Books is the world's largest, most respected provider of inspirational books. Now, these are a few things that he wrote down for the vision statement. Number one, though, we have 10 franchise authors whose new books sell at least 100,000 copies in the first 12 months. Wow. Number two, we have 10 emerging authors whose new book sells at least 50,000 copies in the first 12 months. Number three, we are publishing 60 new titles a year. Number four, authors are soliciting other authors on our behalf because they are so excited to be working with us. These are his visions. These are things that he wanted to accomplish. He wanted to see. So now I'm not going to go over all the other ones. Those of you, I would say, get this book, read it. This is a must-have book. Now it says, Mike's picture of the future was highly specific. That's the way to bring clarity to your dream. When Mike returned to the office, he called a meeting with his entire staff. The first thing he did was describe the current situation. So he didn't try to act like everything was going good. He tried to explain the situation. He tried to let them know that they're not doing good in that department. Mike was being honest with everyone that's there. When he grabbed his position, he took ownership of what happened when he got promoted. And it says he was brutally honest and didn't pull any punches. Then he shared his dream. It says, and he described in as much detail as he could. Because his vision was clear, his people could see it because it was compelling. Most of them found it compelling too. He could sense their excitement, and most people quickly got on board. So that was the buy-in. They got on board, they grabbed it, they wanted to be more involved. So when you have a vision or a dream in your company, even if you're not the owner, he was made the CEO. You might just be the manager and you have some different changes, some different ideas that you want to do. If you are clear on what it is you want to do or you're trying to do, if you're excited about building that team, if you're excited about you all coming together as one, and you give some clarity on how, or not even just how, but clarity on your vision, majority of people will be on board. Majority of people will grab hold and they'll say, I'm with you. Let's do it. We can do this. But if you're nonchalant, you have no idea what you're looking for, you have no idea what you want, then how do you, and you're not even excited, how do you expect for your people to be excited as well? Oh, wow. This is awesome right here. I just love it. I'm going longer than usual because I missed last week. So we can just go move on. Now, right here, I just want to ask this question. Is your dream in focus? Is your dream in focus? Now, I'm going to go over something I pulled up myself. And first, I want to read and tell you about Habakkuk 2:2. It says, take your dream, the vision. Write the vision down. And I've learned, because I've been in church all my life, when I've heard preachers preach Habakkuk 2:2, see the vision and write it down. And whosoever see it, let them take it and run with it. We get so excited. They get the high five and they, high five, their neighbor. Yes, especially when the preacher is preaching it or someone is teaching it. But do you know most people, they still don't write it down. They're still not clear. They still don't make it plain. It's more of an inspirational sermon, and that's it. That's all it is. We have to be clear and understand that when Habakkuk says to write that vision down, we have to write it down and be crystal clear on what it is that we're trying to do. Crystal clear, no doubt. Crystal clear on what it is you're trying to do. That's what's going to motivate you. That's what's going to keep you going. And when you get excited about it and you are able to tell other people about it, what you're trying to do, they'll get on board with you. They'll go for that ride with you. So I just wanted to put that in there because that's important, that we understand that we have to take this vision and we have to write it down. So I'm going to give you 7 steps about your vision. Number 1, vision is revealed to the person in position to listen. This is why Mike went away on a personal retreat, so he could position himself to be able to listen and hear instructions. Number 2, the vision must be written down. Because if you don't write it down, sometimes our mind will forget it. Write it down. Write it down in details. Exactly how you see it. Number 3, your vision must be plain. Number 4, vision must be posted. That means you want to let other people be able to see it. Number 5, vision overcomes obstacles. Your vision should be able to overcome any obstacle that get in the way, because it's that compelling that no obstacle, nothing is going to deter you from that vision. Number 6, vision will manifest itself in God's timing. And what that means is, doesn't mean you just sit back and wait for God to manifest it. That means you have to work towards it every single day. You have to be doing something to make it happen. You have to get on the right track, the right road to get to that mountain so you can reach the mountaintop. Number 7, vision must be lived by faith. You must live this vision by faith. That is impossible to accomplish it if it's not by faith, because now you see it in your mind. You see it in the other realm. So you don't see it right now. So it has to be by faith that's going to keep you moving and believing that it's going to happen. It's by faith. That's how you work with your vision as well. Take those 7 steps. Write them down and know that this is what I have to do. Know that this is the actions, the steps that I have to take to get this vision manifested. Oh, I just love it. I tell you, I love it. Now, I'm not going to be too long because we're going to do chapter 2 again next week. Okay, now, but first what I want to do is go over this. Let me not go ahead of myself, because this is juicy and I want us to get all of this. Yes, this is juicy. If you want to achieve your dream, you need to bring it into focus. As you work towards that, here are some things to keep in mind. So if you want to achieve your dream, gotta stay focused. You have to stay focused. One thing I do remember Mike saying is that he didn't focus so much on how. He focused more on the dream. He didn't focus more on how to or the strategies. He focused more on that dream. And by him focusing on that dream, the strategic planning came along. Now, number 1, it says, a clear dream makes a general idea very specific. A clear dream makes a general idea very specific. And the reason why I say that, when I ask people to describe their dream, many of them stumble or they stammer and stumble, trying to put it into words, a vague notion. They're nurtured but never defined. A dream that isn't clear won't help you get anywhere. This is what I get from a lot of people as well. That even happened to me. When someone would ask me at one point, what was my dream? I didn't know. I even though I would hear to make it plain, make it clear, write it down, I just didn't do it. But when it came to my book and when it came to this nonprofit organization, I had to learn all of these things and I had to implement, I had to put action to it. And that's the key, is putting action to your dream, putting action to all of the things that you've learned. Why would you want to gain all of this knowledge and not put action to it? You have to put action to every piece of information and knowledge, wisdom that you get. Action have to come afterwards. You have to move on it. You can't just sit there. You have to actually put action to it. So, to jump ahead, I'll read this statement by Ben Stein. It says, the indispensable first step to getting the things you want out of life is this. Decide what you want. Ben Stein says. I'm going to read that again because that's good. That's what I said earlier. The indispensable first step to getting things that you want out of life is deciding what you want. So many of us, and I'm saying us, I told you this is for me too. We are afraid to really say what it is that we want. What do you want? Can you honestly say, this is what I want when it comes to my marriage? This is what I want when it comes to my husband or my wife. This is what I want when it comes to my children. Any relationship, anything that's in your life, can you honestly say, this is what I want? Write it down. If that's what you want, write it down. Make it plain. Make it clear to you so you'll know what you want. I'll give you an example. I've never lived alone. I never lived without my children. I've always lived with someone. And I am so desiring to live alone. And I have the perfect place. I need to write down the perfect area. And I'm telling myself this. You have to know where you want to stay. You have to know how many bedrooms you want. You have to know how you want the place to be designed, how you want it to face. And so when you go home, apartment shopping, you want to know where you live. You want to be specific at what it is that you want to have when you look for this apartment. Or do you want to move back into a home since it's just you now? I am excited about that because this is another chapter in my life and it's exciting to me and I'm looking forward to that. So we must be specific on what it is that we want. Can't wait, y'all. Woo! Okay, I'm going to give you an idea, some more ideas. He gave us some examples here. It says deciding what you want requires you to be specific and make your goals measurable. For example, take a look at these vague notions put into more specific form. Okay, right here he have general ideas, specific ideas. So what I'm going to do is go over some of the general ideas that he's saying and then the specific goals, okay? Now, number 1, I want to lose weight. I want to lose my 50 pounds. Then he says, I will weigh 185 by June 1st. Now, that's what I did not do. And I'm going to do this because I said I want to lose 50 pounds, even if it take a year. No, now I'm changing it up. I want to lose 50 pounds and I'm going to come up with a date by when I want to lose those 50 pounds. See, good idea. And it says here, I need to treat employees better. That's a general idea. Specific goal. I will honor someone at every Monday staff meeting. That's being specific on your goal. I want to get out of debt. Oh, wow. Now, we really need to put a pin to that one. I will pay off all credit cards balances by December 31st. Give yourself that goal. I like to learn a language. I would like to learn Spanish. I will study Chinese 1 hour a day this year. That's what I need to do with Spanish. I ought to get in shape. I will swim for 1 hour every day. And he said lose weight at first, because everybody is not trying to lose weight. Some people are very small and happy with their weight, but they're not in shape. So it's a difference. I need to improve my leadership. I will read one leadership book every month. This is what I do because I really want to improve my leadership. And I think that's for everyone, because I think everyone is a leader in their family, on their business, and with their children. In some type of a way, you are a leader. One thing I do know, you're a leader over yourself. Can't lead anyone else until you lead yourself first. Amen? Amen. Now, those are general ideas and specific goals for examples that John gave us in this book here. Now, number 2, it says, a clear dream doesn't become clear without effort. That's what I mean by putting action behind it. We have to put actions. We have to move on what it is that we're trying to do. We just can't sit back and just hope that it happened. Otherwise, it'll just be a dream and nothing more. Now, questions. For me, the whole process begins with questions. I must ask myself, the dream is always rooted in the dreamer. In his or her experience, circumstances, talents, and opportunities, I ask, what am I feeling? What are my emotions telling me? What am I sensing? What is my intuition telling me? What am I feeling? What is happening around me? What am I hearing? What are others saying? What am I thinking? What does my intellect and common sense say? If you can get a good sense of where I am, what I know, what I want, I'm on my way to clarity of my dream. That's awesome. I don't want to go any further. I'm going to stop right here, and we will pick up next week on chapter 2. I am so excited for you, and I'm so excited for myself that we are going to definitely put this dream, this vision that we have to the test. And by the end of these 6 to 8 weeks, we are going to be ready to shoot off like a rocket if you haven't already done so. So I just want to say thank you. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I am so excited for you and the clarity and the ownership of your dream and your vision that person that's within you to come forward and show everyone else in this world who you really are. I just want to say thank you for watching. And again, go back and look at some of those other videos. Remember the one for chapter 1 so you can play catch up. So next week we can go over chapter 2 once again. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope and I pray that you receive value from it. And I just say, remember, putting your dream to the test. So if you would like to go out and get this book so you can read and study right along with me, and you can write in the comments where you can bless someone else with something that you got from this book that I have not shared, please do so. Put in a comment, share some of your thoughts about this video, and let someone else be blessed by what you have to say, because your opinion, your thought, it matters. God bless you. Until next time, toodles.